Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Aston. With me, as always, Mr. Ryan.
How are you doing today, sir?
So good. So good. My temptress. My flower.
Hello.
How are you?
You know, it'd be better if you'd stop doing that voice.
Oh, Ryan's back.
Yeah.
We had a substitute for you last week. Brian stepped in.
Brian
Messick?
I don't know that fellow.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
Yeah. Ryan's forgetful fella. He doesn't remember a lot of people. But
Sorry,
you know
Brian.
what? We're happy you're back. Nothing against Brian, but it's just weird not to have my partner in crime in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a much more of a comfortable situation for me. I had to deal with stranger danger for a week.
Wow. He's not a
I
stranger.
love it.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
So how was the trip, buddy? Tell everyone.
It was good. It was good. It was great.
Yeah, he went to go see a wedding
Yep.
with his beautiful family,
Yep.
and now you're back.
Good old Green Mountain, Vermont.
Green Mountain. Any fun stuff up there in Green Mountain?
No, not really.
So this is the wife's family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was there's like 4 black people in Vermont.
4 black people, so you made it 5.
Joking. I mean, I saw more than that this time around. But
Really?
yeah.
Were you guys looking at each other like,
Aren't
what the?
many- It was like the Spider-Man meme, and we're like,
You!
oh shit, let's all high five and go have a beer somewhere.
Not together though. God forbid. Well, I'm happy
They
you're back.
panic. Oh, this place is being robbed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Robbed.
stop it.
There's more than one of them at a time? What is there, a football game?
Did you hear anybody like Nance? They're multiplying.
No.
Good.
Honestly, it wasn't like I said. It's a weird place, man.
You're back here where you can do your safety dance.
Yeah. I mean, it's not weird. It's just
I know.
It's different from Clearwater. Like, I got back home, I was like, out by concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just
Is it
green
just
out
straight
there.
small towns out there?
Yeah, dude. It's windy roads, green. Shopping plaza in the middle of some weird stuff that's got like 1 or 2 things in it, and just random buildings that
Just enough
look like
to survive.
houses, but it's
Right.
Sounds like
like
heaven.
a business or something.
Sounds like heaven, she says.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Well, I mean, did they have any Ford Supply Company? You know, the ones that offer the curated line of craft soaps and beard care, handmade in the USA, offering scents like coffee and cream, coconut, citrus, cedarwood, and so many more. Did they check out the full line of craft soap bars and beard oil and beard balm online at FordSupply.com? Did they know they could get free shipping on all orders over $35 and get an additional 10% off with the promo code ALTEREGO? Did they know that?
I don't think my father-in-law knows all of that. I did give him some soap for Christmas last year, though.
Nice. Did he get the coffee and cream? I finally got the coffee and cream for Father's
It's
Day.
coffee or death. Is
Coffee
that-
or death?
What did I get? I don't remember. More than likely, because whatever it was, I had ordered multiples for myself,
I did.
and that's one of my go-tos that whenever I grab it.
It smelled like coffee, and my wife here kept trying to drink me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Don't you know that's how you get
You
pregnant?
hear me talking to you? We're already growing a human over here
Yeah.
because of my smell goods.
Go
well.
for 2. 2 for 2.
You
Yeah,
know, we're not
well-
going for 2. Sorry.
And I can't.
This is it. This is
currently.
the last of the Austin line.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
No,
give
you
her
have
give her
to
a year.
You have to
give
have
her a
another
year.
one and name him Stone Cold.
Oh man, I don't know if I could deal with having a son named Steve. No offense to the Steves out there, but I just don't think I could do it.
Man.
Sorry. And if it was a boy, I mean, we've got other names picked out. Anyway, not important. What is important is that Tony and Nello's is out there.
Not in
and
Vermont.
they're a
Real
southern-
no bullshit.
Yes. Southern Italian cuisine and grill. You should check them out. TonyandNellos.com, 727-867-3577, and go to their Yelp and tell them they need to send Alter Ego a new ad.
Yeah.
Actually, don't do that. If you do that, leave them a 5-star review.
And if you're from Vermont,
Yes.
I see your challenge. Find me a place better than Tony and Nello's.
Book
Dare
it.
you.
Good luck.
Find it.
Dare you.
Find it. Send us to it. But yeah, go leave them a 5-star review and tell them they need to give Alter Ego a new ad. But, you know, because the 5-star will help them and the new ad will help us.
Yeah.
Will help us help them.
Help
Sound
us
good? Does
help
that
you.
work? Are we there? Are we there?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get back into it? We've got news today. We've got stuff to talk about. Are you ready?
Yeah, so
He's
catch me up on
ready.
last week. What did I miss?
Oh, my goodness. I already deleted that show.
Oh, see, I was going to listen to it, but, you live in the nowhere. There's no...
We talked about a lot of stuff, and there is some
Yeah.
stuff that we talked about last week that we'll circle back onto this week, but either way, it's a good news roundup. And if you are like Ryan and missed last week's episode, it is up right now on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you find your podcast. That's where
So
it is.
when you're done listening to this one, just go back and listen to last week.
And do us a favor, please. Can you go in and like and share the show? Just on Facebook or whatever you have, just share it,
And if
tag
you're
us.
listening on Apple, give us a good review.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Unless you hate us.
Well, yeah, if
Be
you
fair.
don't like us,
You
then
know.
just be fair.
No, we only want 5s. If you're going to leave anything less than a 5, fuck out of here.
Oh, my
Help
God.
your boys out.
Speaking of
And
5
girl.
stars, Top Gun Maverick earned $1 billion worldwide, and it is the highest grossing movie of the year.
American money?
I've heard great things.
No, global money.
Oh.
Global
Not
money.
seen it, but heard great things.
I've heard a lot of excited people about Top Gun, and I've just never been a Top Gun guy.
Nope.
I even had one of my friends call me and say, hey, if you talk about Top Gun on your alter ego, I want to be a part of it. I just loved it so much. I've already seen it 5 times. And I was like, you're part of the problem, Joe.
Yeah.
I figured it was Joe.
But we love you. But good for Tom Cruise. I don't know if this is just a fanfare of Tom Cruise and Top Gun, if it's, dog fights and big fighter jets and stuff like that. Is it just because it's the big action movie of the summer? I don't know. I don't get the draw. It doesn't get me.
I think it's a little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right. So speaking of column A and column B, you've seen Game of Thrones, yeah? You've watched it all the way through?
Never.
Never? Not a single episode?
No, I quit in season 4.
Oh, okay. So who's your favorite character?
It was Drogo who lasted a whole episode. you know?
Yeah.
Dude, he
yeah,
was my
that
favorite,
sad.
too.
Jason Momoa, way to be.
Rip Momoa.
And then, of course, I happen to like the Prince guy, who liked to swing both ways. And then he made a little thing called the Mountain.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was it for him.
Poor feller.
Yep.
No, not a fan of Jon Snow?
I know nothing.
Okay, well, since you know nothing, let me educate you. Jon Snow has another series coming following just Jon Snow in the North with the wildlings and all that stuff. And we talked about it last week about how it was coming to HBO Max. But what we didn't know is the source and the kind of rumor mill starter of this whole show was Kit Harrington.
He's the one that.
He's
busted
the
that
one who wanted to do the show and went to HBO. I was
yeah.
like, let's follow my character.
I think you mentioned that last week.
I don't
Or
know.
did you just post about
I
it?
know we just mentioned that the show was coming, but not that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you also knew nothing, Jon Snow.
I knew nothing.
This one is pregnant. She forgets what we talk about every 5 minutes, so now she's like me.
Yeah, I do. I put things in the fridge that don't belong and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Baby brain's a thing.
It is. It is.
It's real.
What also is a thing are our first look at the orcs out of the Lord of the Rings series.
They look pretty dope.
Did you saw the pictures? Have you
did.
seen the pictures?
I did.
They're
No,
on the
I have not.
Instagram.
they
look-
look pretty good.
Not gonna lie, they
Yeah.
look good.
Nothing like your Warcraft movie orcs.
No, these are practical effects, which I like. So here you go. I'm
Do
just
they
gonna
look like
show
the ones
Ryan.
from the show? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they look good.
Or from the movie,
I think the
should say.
details. Yeah. They look kind of like a mixture to me, a mixture of goblins and
And
orcs.
orcs. I was thinking the same thing because they got like the floppy kind of ears, right?
Yeah,
And the noses.
See, whenever I think of orc, I always think of something really big.
me too.
Like
Me
the orcs
too.
and the whatchamacallit were like kind of huge before. So I always think of that rather than the small little ones like they were kind of showing.
I honestly think of World of Warcraft first
Yeah, like the
when I'm looking at that, and I think of the big beefy orcs. That's what I
Yeah.
like. And this show is going to be the first one to feature female orcs. Good for them.
I dig it.
The female orcs needing representation because
Yeah.
they don't just fall out of the trees.
no, they don't.
There have to be mama orcs in order to have daddy orcs and baby orcs. Thank goodness we're covering this part of the lore. Mommy
Orc
orc.
science. Orc science.
Jeez Louise.
Biology.
We need to make that into a song.
Yeah. I'm
Baby orc.
interested to see where this series goes. I'm wanting to see some footage. You know what I mean? I want to see some actual scenes and some, I don't know. I have a feeling that this has the potential to be just as good, if not better, than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And I'll say this. I know it's a thing now, but a lot of series, man, I'm like, give them to me rather than movies.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just deeper than movies.
You get so much out of it. It's like that's what I love. We've talked about this with the MCU and like the shows on Disney Plus. It's like it's a 8-hour movie that you're getting, as opposed to
Remind me when we get to Marvel. I want to talk about a couple of these TV shows and stuff like that we're talking about. By the way, our episode on Kenobi will be coming very soon.
Okay.
As well.
There's our warning, Ryan.
Yep.
You've been so warned.
I finished a busy few weeks after
very recently. It's very good. Yeah. We've got a lot of things coming up. The Boys, which we are currently watching, season 3 of The Boys. I gotta say, this season is very, how do you say, fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a crazy, crazy season. The Boys have dialed it up to 11 whilst still having worthwhile plot, I feel.
Yeah. I dig it. But we've got
some shows you're like, this is going over the top just to go over the top.
We have Stranger Things, the volume 2 coming out.
Yep.
That's actually I'm like a little excited for.
I am really looking forward to it. I know. That's this Friday.
That second half, yeah.
I can't wait. So we'll see how that goes.
Is he gonna watch that?
Oh, absolutely.
I would say we'll see how that goes to see if a whole episode's going to come from it, but I have a feeling a whole episode is going to come from it because
100%.
we're going to have to unwrap a lot of stuff.
Listen,
at that point.
If we can do an entire episode on Fantastic Four 1980 something, we can do a whole episode on a movie.
And I think that was even
Stranger
like
Things.
without news leading up to that one.
Yeah, that was
We've
bad.
got Umbrella Academy just came out. We've got Obi-Wan. So we've got the next several weeks. We're probably going to be action-packed with some good
For
titles.
sure.
Funny as I've been like thinking about it to myself, I'm like, damn, I just saw a preview for Umbrella Academy, so I'm like, I got to try to.
That's another one we're going to watch. Yep.
Shit. And then I'm like, I gotta watch The Boys, and then I totally forgot about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, Kenobi's not going to hurt you too bad. That's a 6-episode job.
Yeah, it's a 6-banger.
It's not bad.
That one's not bad. And then I'm like, I still gotta catch up with The Boys.
In the way that you binge things, it could be a 3 and 3, and you'd be done.
Yeah.
But speaking of The Boys, they just released their episode called Hero-gasm,
That
which is being reported not suitable for any viewer.
Yeah, it's underrated for all viewers. Isn't that what they said? Like
Unrated.
it should be. Yeah, but I mean, like it should be like rated Z's. From what I've heard, we haven't made it to that episode yet, so we can't speak on it. Not that we would.
That's
until
next
that
for
episode.
us. That's our next episode.
Oh, geez Louise. We will probably end up seeing it tonight. If not,
we did just see a
soon.
fight centered around dildos.
We did.
Which is pretty par for the course for The Boys.
The Star Spangled Banger.
Yes.
Maybe I might have to start watching this show.
It's funny because there was there was one for Black Noir, and it's a huge black dildo, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, did I not look at you and go, somebody's getting killed with the Black Noir?
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Anyway,
it got violent quick.
Yeah.
So Stranger Things, let's talk about it since it's coming out July 1st. How about the song Running Up That Hill?
I love it.
Hit number 4 on
That's
the Billboard
wild.
charts.
And that song came out in what, the late 70s or was it 80s?
Yeah.
80 something?
What's her name?
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush. So she commented, it was like, I thought that the song was going to get some attention.
Some attention.
Not
some.
what it got. Not number 4 on the Billboard charts. And a lot of people love that song.
Yeah.
I mean,
Old?
now.
Was it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah, that was not a new song for the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that was an
I don't
old...
even know what song you're talking about, but
Running Up That Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can
you
play
know
it.
what it is.
1985.
Well, you can play it for all of 2
was
seconds.
it played in Stranger Things?
I will.
Yeah.
I was looking to see
So,
when
do
it
you
was.
not remember the song that Max played in her earphones?
Oh, okay.
To keep
Yes,
her from...
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I just didn't forget.
There's our
that.
copyright infringement. Turn it off.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't get it to stop.
Yes, you can.
That's me
It's
singing.
30 seconds or something.
Okay. Well, either way, I don't want to get kicked.
No, I
kicked off
just
the air
a little
for
bit
Stranger
of
Things.
instrumental. Yeah, it's like X amount. And if you're talking over it, it's not considered copyright.
Right.
So
So
we were talking over it.
we've been promised that this finale is extremely dark.
Good.
I think we see a lot of very big, very important characters die, including Steve Harrington.
Shut up! He's not dying.
And
I've seen so
think
many
so.
crazy fan theories. I cannot even I can't even wait to see which one of those which of those comes true.
Okay.
But I'm so afraid that somebody important's gonna die and I'd be sad.
give me a few. I can't wait to
Of
see you cry
the
about
fan
it.
theories.
Yeah.
Well, there's a fan theory about
Our resident conspiracy theorist.
Oh,
which,
hello.
by the way, it was really funny on the couch. What was it, last night?
Yes.
She's sitting there talking about how she likes all these conspiracy theorists, but then she's a realist. And our oldest son goes, wait a minute. If you're a realist, then why do you listen to conspiracy theories? And it was the biggest mic drop of all
Yeah, but it wasn't
time.
because then I had a perfect rebuttal. But that's beside
According
the
to
point.
her. But Julian and I were looking at each other going, no.
Yes.
Hey, you can be a realist and still have conspiracy theories.
Just because I live in reality doesn't mean that I'm not like 1,000% convinced that we live in the reality that we were taught our whole lives.
Wow. See, she's diving deep already.
I mean, anyways.
I just heard something.
Let's go.
About
Let's hear some of the
9/11 today, and I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wrong
I'm telling
podcast
you.
for that.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll pop it
Anyway.
up on the audio track.
yeah.
We'll advertise it. Don't worry.
Okay.
So some fan theories that I've seen. One is about Will.
Yes.
Being gay.
We've got one. Well, yes, but about him.
That one's not a theory. A lot of people think that one. I mean,
I've
it's
seen
just-
a lot of people guess that this whole thing is basically just a D&D game, and they're all just sitting in the basement playing
Oh
a D&D
yeah, you
game.
did tell me that one.
I feel like I like that, but I would like that as an alternate ending because I need shit to like really hit the fan with
Sure.
this series. But it would be kind of cool to see that as an alternate ending. Like that would be fun. But I've seen some shit with Nancy and Mike's mom because she apparently has her own character poster for the volume 4.
Nice.
What's her name? Nancy, not Nancy.
Nancy is
Natalie.
the daughter.
I think her name is something similar to Nancy's name, but or is it Karen? Her name's actually.
Are you giving
Karen.
us actual
Anyways,
theories, or are you
you
just
want me to give
saying
you the
that?
actual theories?
Yeah.
Okay. That.
You're like, I hear Mike's mom is a big part of it. I'm like, is that a theory?
Yeah.
So one of them is that like Will is actually supernatural himself.
Oh. I could see where somebody might think that.
One that I read, and I don't think the math really adds up, is that Karen. This is the one for Karen. Is that she is Vecna's daughter?
Karen is?
Yeah.
That's not
Nancy's
possible.
mom. I was like, I don't think the math adds up
it's
on
not
that.
possible for that to happen.
Right. I've seen a few others, but those are the two. It looks like you've got a couple.
Nope.
Or do you not? Oh,
Nope.
okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and then there's obviously all the images that have come out and the previews, the new preview that's come out that shows Dustin screaming out for someone who's probably dying by Vecna.
That's one of my bets. Anybody got any over-unders on who we think's going to die?
I sadly think that it's Eddie.
Yeah.
He was just.
No, Eddie's definitely gonna die.
He was just in, and I like his character, but first of all, Stranger Things has literally knocked off like one of the best new characters, like not one of the big giant stars every season that we've had Stranger Things. So they're like one and done, and everybody loves Eddie, which is kind of sucks, but he was just in an interview and they asked him if he was going to be around for season 5 or if he had been asked to be, in season 5, because we talked about on the Stranger Things episode that there's a time jump from season 4 to season 5. So they were asking like if he's going to be around, and he said that he hopes that he gets asked to come back. So in my mind, I'm thinking he probably would have already been asked to come back. Like that's just my thinking. And Vecna literally, what's the word I'm looking for? Not ciphers.
I don't know.
Feeds off of
Tragedy?
and
He feeds off of other people's guilt on their
other
mistakes.
people's guilt. Oh, so that's another fan theory with Karen, because the episode where Karen was going to go and sleep with Billy, they think that she is holding grief and that Vecna's going to try to kill her, and that she's going to somehow like end up in the upside down with them. But that's what with Eddie, it was like he's holding all this grief because there's nothing he could do to try to save Christy or whatever her name is. And he's like on the run from the cops, and there's no way to really prove that he's innocent. And so people think that he's going to die. But there's a particular picture that is pulled from the most recent preview where Dustin is screaming out, and it looks like the same background of another instance in the preview where Eddie is freaking slaying it on his electric guitar. So there's all these different theories that Eddie's going to sacrifice himself by staying down there playing a guitar that's going to be someone's favorite song. It's going to pull them off of Vecna's whatever's happening, and they're going to be able to get away, and then he's going to end up dying, and Dustin's going to be upset. I am sticking to that theory because it's either Eddie or Steve, and I don't want it to be Steve. And I just have a feeling it's one of the two.
Eddie's also been kind of building it up with his whole I'm not the hero.
Yep,
I'm not
I'm
going
not
down
the
there. I
hero.
only play a hero in D&D.
Yep.
I'm not the one to save somebody. The only reason I jumped down here is because the two girls jumped down here and I couldn't have been left in the boat. So yeah, that makes sense.
But everybody else is like, with this whole love triangle with Jonathan and Nancy and Steve, it's like they've got to kill somebody that's going to allow her to be with the other guy. And I'm like, that's stupid.
Here's
Jack
one of my
Black's gonna come down and show.
let's
Once upon a time.
longest fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo.
Exactly.
Lived a humble family, religious through and through.
Exactly.
And then they show Vecna like the music is hurting him.
And he's just
And
gonna start-
there was a black sheep, and he knew just what to do. No, okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I think that'd be awesome.
I can't. I just can't wait. I'm trying not to like theorize too much and
So-
read too much into what I've seen because I want to be.
Walking Dead fans out there?
No.
Any of you? Neither.
Coral.
I watched the first
So-
several seasons and then I just immediately it just abruptly stopped for
Okay.
me.
So in the Walking Dead comics, I'll be that guy. I have read the comics. When you first meet Negan, he bashes. I think it's Steve Yuen's character, bashes his head in with a baseball bat. And when they first teased Negan in the show, he was walking up to do it and nobody happened. And he was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And he kills Abraham, who goes on to die another way in the comics, and then kills Steve Yuen. Look for a Walking Dead style twist in Stranger Things.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
for sure.
Look for one of those where, okay, they're not going to kill Dustin, and then all of a sudden, bam, Dustin's
So the
dead.
Duffer Brothers did come out. The Duffer Brothers, however it is that you pronounce it.
I
the
believe it's
Duffer.
pronounced Dufay.
Dufay.
The Dufay brothers.
They apparently came out and said this volume is carnage. We literally lose a lot of people.
Good.
So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't know I don't want to think about who we're going to lose forever. And I just love how everybody keeps coming out. If they kill Steve Harrington, I'm never going to pay another month of Netflix ever.
Bye.
I just think that's
Yeah.
just hilarious.
It's funny because Steve's a douche. I remember when he
I
first met
love
him.
Steve.
And then
He definitely was a
suit.
souche. That's right.
I'm like, yo, if he does not beat the fucking brakes off of this,
He
dude.
was supposed to die in the first season, and they
Oh,
loved
boy.
his chemistry and everything so much that they basically wrote him to stay in the show.
Wow.
So, and see how far that's gone. I mean, he's been so involved. He's literally like the mom of the group.
For sure. Well, no, he's definitely been the babysitter, which he hates.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I love him and Dustin together. They're
Yeah.
Me
they're the
too.
best.
They are
They are funny.
truly the best group. And that's another thing too. In that season when Eddie finally meets Steve, he's like, dude, it pisses me off that you're not a dick.
Yeah.
He's like, Dustin worships you. And Steve's like, oh, cool, man. And I'm like, that's another thing that Eddie is vying to win is Dustin's little approval. They are just writing it on the wall. See ya, Eddie.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like to
It
me,
sucks too because
they're little
he's such a good part.
tight knit group of four. I'm more interested in watching like Steve and Dustin.
Oh
now.
yeah.
I think it's so much.
Oh
fun.
yeah. That's why like season what was it?
Well,
was season 3 the
Mike
Mind Flayer?
Will, the traitor, your boy.
No, Lucas,
Lucas.
oh, bitch ass.
Lucas and 11 are kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. I'm tired of the teenage angst, and Dustin is out there crushing it.
Yeah, that's
so
why I
that's
freaking
why
love him.
I'm
He's
down
so
with
smart.
it.
But what is it? Is it the Mind Flayer was season 3? That's
Yeah.
why I like that episode so much because it's literally Dustin and Steve and Robin and what's her face?
I was gonna say I like Robin being in the mix too.
I like Robin a lot too.
What's his sister's name?
Nancy?
No.
Princess Applejack.
Yeah, but what's her actual name?
Erica.
Erica.
All
That
I know
little
is
dude-
if
that little
something
quad-
happens to Erica, they will lose my money.
Oh yeah,
wow.
I'm not watching this anymore.
If they don't,
Hey,
don't
if you want
let
to kill a
That
black
little
guy
girl
first
is
in this
amazing.
movie, go ahead and go with Lucas. Kill his trading ass. Kill him.
Kill his trading ass.
yeah. But if you harm a hair on Princess Applejack's head,
I can just see her now. Don't even think about it. Jesus.
you imagine that
Vecna, don't
Vecna trying to
be
play
Vecna.
mind games and her winning.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's let that resonate.
Yeah.
Let's let
Because
that
we'll be
settle.
back in a couple weeks.
No, yeah,
to discuss.
talk about Princess Applejack totally dominating season 5. Anyway, yeah. So I wish I would have saved that for last, but I didn't. The Mario movie. The CEO of Illumination, Chris Meledandri, says that criticism will evaporate when people hear Chris Pratt's performance. You believe that?
No.
Or do you think it'll evaporate when they hear Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong?
Oh, God.
Or
Is he
do you
Donkey
think
Kong?
it'll evaporate when they hear Charlie Day's Luigi?
Woohoo! I don't know. To me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. What's the point of a Mario movie? For me?
I don't know, but I want to watch it.
I don't even really care about that. Like,
Yeah?
Mario movies do nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like,
You never saw
Unless-
the old school John Leguizamo
Oh, God, it's
Mario
so
movie?
bad.
Hey, how dare you?
unless
We
they're
have it
gonna
on
take-
DVD. It's so bad.
You.
They're gonna take a Mario movie where they gather up everybody. They have like a Mario Kart meets the Fast and the Furious type of thing.
There we go.
An animation. I'm all about it.
As long as I get that one image of Toretto pulling up
Mario?
next to, no, not Mario, Luigi.
Oh,
Because you know the meme of Luigi looking sideways like this and having the shell in his hand? That would make Toretto fold.
yeah.
Luigi in a blue shell? Get out of here.
I'll take Mario talking about
5 second car. No.
How about it?
Exactly.
I live my life by 150 cc's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I live my life by stomping Koopa Troopas and beating up Bowser because he stole my girlfriend again.
Again. How many times?
Tell him, Yoshi. Yoshi! Damn right.
That was a good Chris Pratt.
That wasn't Chris Pratt.
Oh, it sounded like him.
Nope. We're just gonna hire Jack.
That's right. Hey, guys, call me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a me.
It's a me, Mario. Wahoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? Who needs Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
I mean, right. Seriously.
Stick to being Star-Lord, bro.
Stick to being. Actually, you know what? He could be Mario.
Leave Mario
I'll go
to
be Star Lord.
professionals. Exactly.
I know.
I will start doing sit-ups right now.
Right?
If I need to be Star Lord, no more carbs. I'll do plenty of
You have to
sit-ups,
have carbs.
up downs. You know what I'm
Up
saying?
downs.
Jeez
What's an up
Louise.
down?
It's
Go
what you
up
people
and
call a
go down.
burpee, I guess.
What you people call
Yeah.
Back in football, we used to call them
Football's
up downs.
And you will do up downs until he is no longer tired.
You will
or
do up
thirsty.
downs until I am tired. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we got for movies and TV for right now. There's some other stuff in here that might be construed, but we'll get back to it. So let's take our first break of la day.
Probably our only break, to be clear.
Maybe not. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. So we'll get there and we'll get back. Okay. We'll see you guys in just a minute. Just calm down, relax. We'll be right back. Listen to this MeUndies commercial or
Go get your bevy refill, although you can probably do that.
Pokemon or whatever. We'll be back.
I find myself
And we're
watching-
back. Sorry, you find yourself watching what? We were
Listen
talking
to
about commercials.
You find
I
yourself
guess I'll
watching
support 'em.
commercials these days?
And YouTube videos, like where
Oh,
I
yeah.
skip or turn it off.
Yeah.
It's like on the TV.
I'll
That's
watch.
usually when I'm checking the Facebook and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not interested.
As soon as commercials come on, just the deep-seated rage starts seeping up into the back of my neck.
Yeah, I was watching YouTube the other day. Why is this on? I pay, the other account I pay for it,
Gotcha.
but I don't want to mess up my algorithm and all the stuff. I
Heard.
found.
Yeah,
Understood.
I
You
get
work
that.
so hard. Now I'm getting all sorts of. What do I get? I get tortoise
Oh,
videos.
yeah.
I get motorcycle videos,
Motorcycle videos.
left and right, and I get pregnancy videos.
Do you? Do you watch pregnancy videos?
Yeah, I'm looking out for my girl.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm good at this stuff.
you
What you
should
mean?
share some stuff with me because I.
I was like, I'm not watching. I'm just hanging out, just waiting for.
So
this
most
I'm
of the
building my
videos say
Pinterest board
most of the
empire
videos
over
say
here.
smoke a cigar and stand there and be like, "Damn, that's a good baby." hey, if you're not sitting down, sit down. I've got some news for you. Xbox Series X in general is currently outselling PlayStation.
5
Guess where? Guess where it's outselling?
in Japan.
In Japan. Boy, I came to your house. That's like me
crazy.
setting up a pop-up tent for Burger King in the middle of McDonald's and outselling the Big Mac.
Yeah,
Take these Whopper Juniors and go tell your friends.
right.
It's because of shipping errors, so I don't have any. But it doesn't matter because Xbox is winning. Ah,
But that's why. It's because of
that's
shipping.
why. 100% why.
Well, if McDonald's ice
The
cream
Japanese are
machine
like,
didn't
we
always
don't
break.
care. We sell more Japanese cars in America than you do over here.
Yeah. We better.
They are pretty awesome. I want to go to Japan so bad.
I know.
Me too.
You've said that before.
Yeah. Guys, can you just, any of my Japanese listeners, let me know. Let's go take
Can we come stay with you?
let's go take a week. You know, and
It's
go
halfway
hang out
around
in
the
Japan.
World,
It's
bro.
a
You gotta
long
go for
time.
at least a month.
She goes, it's a long time.
Week's
a
a long-
week?
Week's a long time.
In Japan, it would be a blink. There's not enough time for us to do things. I guarantee you, if I go walking around Japan with Brian, people are going to think I'm down there with David Ortiz.
Hopefully somebody.
It's either
famous.
that or they're going to think it's Rocky and Apollo Creed walking around in Japan.
As long as they give us.
Or they're going to say it's
free
King
food
Kong and
drinks.
Godzilla.
Y'all can
Let's
go.
do it.
Let's go. We just got the okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Maybe
Let me
before
talk
the baby
to.
comes.
I've talked to my wife. Let's talk to my work wife.
No, she's all about it. With me for a week. Go ahead.
Bye. She's like, you leaving right now?
She'd be like, "Hey, what do you know? I already gets bed packed.
Here you go."
Here, your shit's still in the
I'm
suitcase.
like, damn, that was quick.
Oh my gosh, it's happening.
Well, we'll see.
She's like, just not any time in October. Okay. So I don't know who this is. I know we've talked about him. I'm going to look it up while we talk about it because it's very interesting to me.
Play that
But-
Google song.
Oh,
It is. Oh, let's do it. Let's throw it back for him, huh? All right. So, game designer Hideo
Kojima?
Kojima. He is the designer and director and writer. He's done Metal Gear,
Solid.
Death Stranding. Oh my goodness.
And
mainly
Hands and Silent
Metal Gear.
Hell, was it maybe?
But okay, so that was good. It was a quick little goog.
I told you that one.
Hideo has scrapped a video game that he was making because the idea for the game, the premise, if you will, was too close to the TV show The Boys. So wait a gosh darn minute. We could have been The Boys taking down superheroes.
Yeah, I don't know how that would really play though.
That's why you have somebody who's a master of games make it.
Yeah.
No?
And this is where Hideo Kojima, he's weird. He's out there. He's different.
That's why I like him already.
He's cool.
Hideo, can we stay at your place when we come to Japan for a week, please?
But like, I've only ever finished one Metal Gear, and that was 2.
Mm.
I've never played through more than that, and I had no interest in delivering mail in his other one, whatever game that is.
Death
Death
Stranding?
Stranding. Not in my wheelhouse.
Delivering mail?
That's kind of what it is. Something. It's weird.
Huh.
It's a weird ass game, bro. Like,
Starring Norman Reedus.
yeah. So
Huh.
I don't know how I would have felt about playing a game that he makes because they're not really action packed and like go 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 kind of.
Right.
So I don't know because even Metal Gear was all sneaking around and
Right.
being stealthy and slow. It was definitely innovative and crazy. I'll never forget like playing the first one when you got to take out the controller and put it in the second port and do all that cool stuff. But
Huh.
yeah, it was.
That's wild. Huh.
Yeah, he has some interesting stuff that he does.
But I'd love to play a boys focused game. I think that to me that sounds like Justice League kill the or Suicide Squad kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I would love to see what side of it you could be on.
Yeah.
Speaking of games with the DC universe, since they aren't really represented, there's no DC news. Gotham Knights is bragging about having the largest Gotham City to date of any game that has featured the iconic city.
Cool. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's a lot. That's cool. I would love to see how big it is and go shoot people as Red Hood. But I found out it's like taser rounds. You don't actually shoot them and kill them.
Are they serious?
Well, I get it. If he's the only
fail.
character who's putting people down for real.
Well, exactly. That's the point of
That's
him,
the
though.
point of Red Hood. I agree.
So that's kind of disappointing, to be quite honest.
Yeah. But I still want to see it, and I want to see the bat cycle. And you have to have, well, it has a lot of layers. So apparently there's an under the city, there's an on the city. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing the bat cycle, but if I'm playing Gotham Knights, just pick whoever else because I'm taking Red Hood.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling he's going to be a very popular character. Actually, Damian Wayne has a big draw to me too. I like Damian.
No, I'm going Red Hood.
There you go. Well, if we play co-op.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that we would play co-op, the Avengers has added a new character to the lineup.
Oh, who they add this time that no one
They
cares about?
added the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. And I thought to myself, this is cheap because it's going to be a reskin of Thor. And I looked at some of her abilities, and guys, it does look very similar.
Yeah.
It does look very similar. There are some very different moves that she has, and apparently she is a lot faster. She's also the third flying character to be introduced in the game, which I'm down for. I like that. But Jane Foster being added to the Avengers game has sparked me to download it. I'll check it out. I'll give her a couple rounds. I'll level her up. We'll see where it goes. But
Actually, gonna play that, huh?
yeah, I'll play it. I'll check it out. Games right now have kind of started to, wear on me a little bit.
You know who I saw being used the other day? That game I'm a little excited about again?
Who's that?
Overwatch. I saw the new characters they added.
That's right.
And I'm like, ooh.
Could you possibly
her.
be referring to the Junker Queen?
No. What's her name?
Oh, Sojourn.
Not Surgeon, no.
Then there is no other character that's new that you can bring up, because those are the two.
Yeah, it was Go something? Gyro?
Nope.
Might have been the guy's name. I don't think so, though.
They are talking about a potential healer or a support character that they have not officially revealed yet. But as far as new characters, it's Sojourn and Junker Queen. So here's another question that I've been asking that I finally found the answer to. What's going to happen with Overwatch 1? I didn't know what was going to happen with Overwatch 1. And apparently, on October 8th, is it? When Overwatch 2 drops, Overwatch 1 will no longer have any support as a game. It will essentially cease to exist.
Will it be like all one game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if Overwatch 2 is free to play, you can just download it and play it anyway.
Right.
All of your cosmetics that you already have will
Just transfer.
come over to the new game.
And I was super hesitant because that Reaper Luchador skin, I had to have it. And I'm like, but if they get rid of it,
They know.
and I'm like, I'm just wasting $10, but I have to have it.
It's so
I'm
beautiful.
going with it.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to match it with gold guns, but I went with Zarya instead.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah.
I am actually on the cusp of my next golden gun.
I just finished it last night.
I'm at 2,976 points, and I already know who my next gold is going to be.
Who's it going to be?
Torbjorn!
I thought about him, and I'm like, nah.
Do you play him a lot?
I do. Actually, when I first picked up Overwatch, he's all I played. I was really good with him. I could really support a point in any game mode. He used to throw out armor packs that everybody could pick up.
Yeah.
And he could upgrade his turret to a level 2 turret. And I was a beast with him. Now, his ultimate is way better now than it was.
Yeah.
But either way, it's still cool. So he's one that I've neglected because he hasn't been much of a meta pick lately. But I think in Overwatch 2, that'll change.
You've got quite a bit of gold guns, though.
I do. So I want to go back to this topic before we go off on who's got what gold gun. So Overwatch 1 is going to cease to exist. If you have loot boxes, open them all before October 8th or you will lose them. You can use your coins, your gold coins that you have saved up or whatnot. Otherwise, you will lose them. They will not be the game currency in Overwatch 2. They are going from the loot box system to the season system, like the Game Pass style of system. Or what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Season Pass?
Yeah, season Pass, yeah.
So
where you have to hit milestones now instead of random. I love that.
I love it too, as long as we don't lose the stuff in the season once they move forward. I want to be able to continue to work on said season if I want to.
Have you found out that whether or not you have the beta?
I have submitted for the beta. I should have codes and be able to play it. If I do, you can bet your hot little fanny that next time you hear Alter Ego, you'll have a little bit of a review from me.
That's if it. Well, is it? I thought it was supposed to come out tomorrow.
It is, but not everybody's getting codes on that day.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to be interesting to see. What do we think about it going to this kind of more monetized system for Overwatch 2. Do you forgive that because it's free to play and they'll have more stuff and more content to unlock? Because I got to say, one of the things that brought us together about Overwatch was when the season would come out and new skins would come out, we would buy some loot boxes and wait and see what we got. And that was kind of cool.
That's what I would do, and then buy after the fact.
Right. So now that that's not a thing, we've got this season that I've just got to work towards. So I'm interested to see. I mean, I was going to ask you. So, I mean, with it being more monetized, you can more directly get the skins and stuff that you want and the, little, what is it, charms and stuff like that, emotes that you want. However, there may be an actual price on them now.
Depending on how much it is, I'm all for that. Like I said, I just spent $10 for a Reaper that I knew I was going to get guaranteed.
Right.
I'm all about supporting a game and getting exactly what I want.
So when it's a game that I care and I've put this much time into,
absolutely,
I agree.
Yes, I mean, I've been playing the game for 4 years, the last 3 years or whatever. I'm okay with that.
Here's what I'm afraid of. We have Overwatch 1. Reminds me of Destiny 1. Reminds me of what's the game that you played a lot? Division 1. A lot of these games, when 2 comes out,
not there.
It loses me.
Yeah.
And this game has had my heart for a long time. I played the beta for Overwatch 1 and went into it as a full service game, then continued to love it. I mean, this is long before I followed stuff so fanatically like I do now for the show. So Overwatch 2 is a culmination of a lot of things for somebody like me who's played this game for so long. Yeah. So for me to open it up and be like,
and that's kind of what I'm kind of on the fence about. I'm like, 5 people now, only 1 tank. And I'm like, it's
losing a tank is going to make for a lot more people getting killed. Yeah. Which I think is going to make for more decisive victories and stuff like that, which could also lead to more frustration. So your tanks are the people who make space for you and can make room and can essentially lead the charge for your team. So now when you only have 1, you had better be a darn good tank. Otherwise, your team is going to suffer.
And with really good healers. My other issue, too, is it's supposed to be 2, and we've only added 2 characters. And that just does not feel like a new game.
They've also, you're right. They're adding a new mode, and that's that push mode. After that, they're adding another mode that's in beta testing, final beta testing, and they're promising new heroes every other season. So they're promising a lot of new incoming stuff, but you're right. It does. Yeah. People could very justifiably call it Overwatch 1.5.
That's what I called it from the beginning.
So unless they dropped it with all that PvE content that I've wanted,
and to me that even still feels,
it doesn't earn Overwatch 2.
Still doesn't feel like Overwatch 2. It's like this game's been out for 6 years now. So you've got people been playing with for how long? For almost 6 years.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I think, or was it last year? Was the last drop of Hammond.
Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball, yeah. He is the last one they added almost 2 years ago. Haven't had a new hero yet. And then the new game's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
And you bring 2 characters.
They bring 2 characters that people have been asking for a long time.
Yeah, but to me, I would like to see maybe more characters, more DPS, mix it up a little bit, especially when you're changing the game type to just 1 tank now. Give me something that makes it more interesting.
Well, in that 6 years, let's look at this and try to think of it off the top of our heads. In the last 6 years, we've gotten Echo. We've gotten
Sigma.
Hammond. Sigma. We've gotten Moira.
You got the
We've gotten
cowboy.
Ana. We got Ash.
Yeah.
We got Doomfist.
Doomfist.
That's 7.
Yeah.
That's over 1 a year. Bob comes with Ash.
Well, he's still a character.
You're adorable.
Baptiste.
Baptiste.
Yep, that's my boy. Baptiste, yeah.
So that's 8 characters. That's a lot.
Ash is pretty much my main right now.
Oh, so. Orisa. That's 9.
Yeah. I mean, and I get that.
And these are all folks that did not start, and we're not including countless reworks, the ones that went to Hanzo, Torbjorn, Symmetra. I mean, there have been a lot of reworks that have happened.
Yeah, because I didn't play it until about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4.5 years ago, when you suckered me in a bet. You still never played PUBG. Oh,
I did play PUBG, and I got second place.
Not with me, though. and you get to run with the squad. So, yeah, I mean, so I've been playing since then, and to me, although all those characters have already been there, so I can understand, like, for someone else it's been built up, but since I've been playing, I've only seen a handful of characters, which, I mean, I get, it's fine, especially in the system that you have to keep the balance and not rework too much like they've already done and kind of ruin the game. But I understand that, but I'm just like, I should expect more. I don't know. I expect more for it being Overwatch 2.
Gotcha.
I
think I think the biggest thing from two characters coming in. That's great. I love two characters. Yeah. I want the new modes. I want the PvE. I want this big grandiose monster that they promised us, and now they're saying PvE will trickle in and be there.
And I'm okay with that because I don't play PvE anyway.
I think it looks good. I want to see the progression system. I want to see the upgrades to all the heroes.
I want to see the SR system more than anything.
Oh, the new one? That. Yeah, they are fixing that, by the way.
That's trash.
They are going to more of a game I'm thinking of. I just got you into that one, Rocket League, where you have divisions and not a straight number. You go division up or division down depending on how you do. There will be no number to look at anymore. So you will have bronze 1, 2, 3, 4, silver 1, 2, 3, 4, gold 1, 2, 3, 4, platinum 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth until you get to top 500.
Some of that, because I feel like some of that to me too is they put a lot of weight in those games before you. Whether you win them or lose them. Yeah. In some aspect, and then there's not so much weight. Like, I've had seasons where I've done awesome, and I've won all 5 of my games, and I end up placing, like...
Exactly where you were.
And then there's another one where I'll play pretty lights out, lose a few, and then nothing. And then I had one where I was, like, mid as fuck. I'll admit it. I was mid as hell. And I'm like, oh, here, you're in gold now. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You don't understand where you ended up where you are.
Yeah. Like, I mean, when I started fresh, it ended up on the wife's. Did pretty well.
Nice.
So, I mean, I get it. Just it doesn't make sense, and I hate that you're punished for the season before as well. On top of it, like you had a bad season because you decided you wanted to play with a bunch of randos every night.
Well, the thing that I want is not to be judged by my teammates.
Then that's what I was going to get to. It's like I've had games where I've literally played like I don't know how I could have done better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like 40 limbs,
for
2
sure.
deaths.
Yeah.
Crazy hero
to me
damage.
It's how long you've been on fire that game, because if you're on fire that game, that means you are doing the necessary behaviors to get yourself in a place you need to be. So if I'm on fire all game and we end up getting stomped, then I don't feel like that's my fault.
Yeah, like last night I'm playing DPS sucks. Oh really? That's funny because the 2 tanks that you guys decided to play on offense without a shield.
We sent him off on a tangent.
Yeah,
I may as well have asked you about aliens.
There you go.
Oh, I only got a couple of things to say about aliens, so I probably would have done by now.
All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna give Ryan a little bit of medicine. We're gonna let him calm down. We're gonna get into Marvel, shall we? Let's talk a little Marvel.
Let's
okay.
talk about some Marvel.
Congratulations, everyone! If you're a Disney Plus owner, you have access to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's out now. It's yours.
Watch it.
Go watch it again. And speaking of that. There was a member of the Illuminati that was not featured in the film that was originally supposed to be there.
The Illuminatis?
Yes. And that is the Wasp.
The Wasp?
She was originally going to be a member of the Illuminati, and Wanda was going to clap her in her hands and kill her. And one of our adoring fans, Miss Kyla, said that she will never read the word clapped the same again. Thanks a lot to Mr. Ryan.
There it goes.
I love
she
said the Wasp getting clapped. I saw that differently.
Yeah. As you should. Just look in the cheek area.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So, what is her name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of Evangeline Lilly's character, the Wasp, something Pym. What is her first name? It's not Kate,
Susan.
is it? Is it Kate?
No.
Sounds like Kate. Look that up for me. So Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch came out and said he would love to make Doctor Strange 3. Guys, come on. You don't want to see Doctor Strange 3? Of course we do. The movie, as pointed out by our wonderful friend Mark Hoffmeyer, Hope Van Dyne.
Yep.
Hope. I was thinking Pym. I don't know why. And then Janet Pym, and then I knew that's his. Never mind. That's the original Wasp.
Yeah, I saw Janet. And I was like, that's not right.
They, our friend at Movies, Films, and Flicks, oh my God, Movies, Films, and Flicks, Mr. Mark Hoffmeyer pointed out that movie made over $1 billion. So, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Nice.
So, yeah, he should come back for 3. So, I want to see it. I want to see it. But originally, here's something that came out not too long ago. The movie was supposed to end differently. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
The original Doctor Strange script had Steven stuck in the incursion. And at the end, it had Wong kind of lecturing Doctor Strange about using the Darkhold to dreamwalk and da-da-da-da-da. And Sinister Strange turned around, and it was a plot twist.
Oh.
The Strange that did it was not our Dr. Stephen Strange, but theirs.
That would have made sense.
That would have been crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder why they chose to.
Because our brains weren't ready for that yet.
Because it's easy for then Doctor Strange to go off into the multiverse of madness with his new strange partner. Anyway, go see the movie, guys. It's really good. Let's talk about something Megan wants to talk about. Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Talking about a collab that he wants to do.
With?
I told him I was busy, though. But
He said he wants to be Thor
Okay.
in Deadpool 3.
Yes.
I like it.
I do too. And I need Thor to beat the brakes off of Deadpool.
I need to see Thor and Deadpool interact.
Because Deadpool's going to call him Captain Kirk.
Sure.
He's
Yeah, that would be funny.
he's going to call him the black hat hacker named Hathaway.
Sure.
He's going to tease him endlessly about all the roles that Chris Hemsworth has done. Be like, wait, didn't you die in Extraction? How'd you get in Extraction too? As Mjolnir hits him in the face.
Well, technically, you never saw him die in Extraction.
I just, first of all, is there ever a collab that was made for you and I?
For you and I?
Yeah. Well, Thor and Deadpool.
I'd say that would be as close as we can get. But he says he wants to do it. He wants to play Thor for 6 more years because, and this was the joke, that then he would have played Thor longer than Hugh Jackman played Wolverine.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And so he wants to be in Deadpool 3 as Thor just to piss off Hugh Jackman.
Perfect.
And I was like, I love you.
Yes.
I love you.
You're the man.
So I'm all for that.
Yes.
Speaking of things that are going to happen after Thor: Love and Thunder, Taika Waititi. I hate when this happens. Guys,
It always
let me
sounds
go
like
ahead and
such
say
a
this.
fake name.
I hate when this happens when they say, I want to see a spinoff for this character, and that character's about to be in a movie. Then I'm like, well, now I know they don't die,
Yeah, that does suck.
which has
That's a good
proven
point.
to be incorrect before, because we all thought Loki was going to make it, and then Loki ended up getting his cheeks clapped by Thanos.
Well,
And we were like, well, how's that going to... Oh, never mind. Now we get it. So he says he would love to see Valkyrie or Korg have their own spin-off show after Love and Thunder.
oh boy.
Of the two,
Valkyrie,
who do you pick?
I'd pick Valkyrie for sure. But I kind of want her during her drunk phase, like her whole phase. I want to see what made her go through that.
Sure.
I think Valkyrie is a much bigger character.
Easily.
So I don't foresee me being entertained by a Korg
See, I'm just...
one-off.
I'm not wanting to sit and watch a show about a rock guy who gets bullied on
About a pile of
Fortnite
rocks?
by a 12-year-old and cries.
Love the
You know what I
character,
mean?
but he needs quite a bit
Me and my
of support.
stepdad came down here to start the revolution. Doug went out there to fight the Grandmaster's champion.
He needs support. I can't do that for even an hour and a half, let alone a 2-hour Marvel movie.
Great job, new Doug.
New duck.
I agree. And I honestly thought one of you was going to pick Korg, but I'm with you. A Valkyrie for sure.
Yeah.
She's the better character. Mm-hmm. She's got more depth to her.
Oh, yeah.
She's more capable, and she's more important to the overall universe.
Yeah. I mean, and now what? She's running Asgard, isn't she?
Yeah.
So,
She's the king.
Yeah, King Valkyrie. I
get
would
some
watch
stuff
that
out of her.
all day. And that brings me back to the conversation about the Marvel TV shows. Have you been watching any Miss Marvel?
I have actually seen every episode. I am current.
Oh,
See, here's
we'll
my
be
new
talking
thing.
about that one too.
Here we go.
Down the
New
list.
thing for Ryan. I'm
go.
not trying to watch 76 episodes of a show anymore.
You've
just
learned your
to be
lesson.
Like, I don't fucking like this for the podcast. So now I give everything a shot at the beginning.
Yep.
If I don't like it, I'll just tell you, yeah, you know what? I watch that. I'm not watching that.
I gotta say this for Miss Marvel. There were certain parts
I'm not digging it.
when I looked to Megan and said, "Isn't this a Marvel show? Like, aren't there supposed to be things happening?"
Yeah.
I think it is beautifully shot. The girl who's playing Miss Marvel, lights out. It's
Yeah.
fucking boring.
Yes.
I think things
Okay.
are about to pop off. I hope.
God, they only have 2 episodes to pop off.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the thing for me is I have a few beefs with it, and I don't want to.
We'll talk about it on the episode
Yeah.
because there will be
Yeah.
one for Miss Marvel.
But you wanted
I gotta
to talk
say,
about Disney
my
Plus
favorite thing
shows.
about this is the deepening of her world. I like that. I like the way they're showing her culture and the way her world works. It's not all high school Miss Marvel, thank God. So I love that, and I love learning about this culture that she has. I think it's really super cool. Her show's just stinking boring,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm ready for the things to happen.
See.
So
I'm
I
also
just,
not big on how she got her powers.
well, I mean, I think that's going to change. I think we're going to see a big metamorphosis of her powers that we're really going to dig, and I think Marvel's going to pull a good one on us, and I don't want to talk about theories just yet.
Was that what you wanted to
Well,
talk about?
No,
You said-
I wanted to talk about
Okay.
how Ryan was absolutely right in a sense that I would rather watch a Marvel series on Disney
Oh, yeah.
Plus than watch the movie. And I think it's that whole train we've been talking about recently of I want to see more of these characters, and I think the TV shows are the brick and the mortar,
Yeah.
and the movies are the fancy chandelier that you don't really, do too much work in. But
Right.
these shows are fantastic.
Yeah.
They are going to be
Much more
so
depth.
good. I have a feeling She-Hulk might take a shot at some of our favorites in terms of how good it's going to be.
As long as they fix the CGI from the trailers, because it didn't look that great.
right.
Poor Shrek Fiona's daughter, Mrs. Hulk. There.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I thought it looked good for some of the other CGI I've seen in other shows. We're in a good place if that's what we're complaining about.
Yeah, that's true.
But either way, I think it's going to be good. I think that these shows are going to do a lot for us, and I would love to see Valkyrie or some of these other characters get that spinoff. We've still got Armor Wars. I know
Yeah.
I say that all the time, but I'm ready for Rhodey's show.
Yeah.
Speaking of characters that are getting movies, and it's happening.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk
it is.
about Blade.
You know what's funny? You know what I went to sleep watching
Let's talk
last
about
night?
Blade.
Wesley Snipes in Blade 2, a movie that actually happened.
Yeah. And he says, do you guys agree with this? That Wesley Snipes says the character does not need to be rated R. First of all, no
That's a
movie
lie.
necessarily has to
to
be
be
rated
rated
R.
R.
But if you want to do it
Come on.
right,
Yep.
I mean, like, it's not like somebody got a Carnage movie and did PG-13.
Those are going to be trash.
Oh, it was just a flaming dumpster fire of a movie.
Sorry I yelled. I didn't mean to get upset. However, I disagree. Blade, he doesn't have to say much to be a badass, and his victims, when he kills them, just they turn into dust and fall away.
Yeah, but there's some great scenes. Like, I forget if it's either 1 or 2 where he's like got the guy and shaking him down. And then they're like, but they'll kill me. I'll kill you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's one of my
I mean,
favorite-
maybe
Oh
that's
yeah,
a Wesley
that's
Snipes
number
thing,
one.
though.
It's the
Yeah,
blood bank
it's the
guy.
blood bank- yeah,
He's
he's
like, I
like-
can't tell you they'll kill me. He goes, kill you, motherfucker! I'll kill you. I'll just enjoy it better.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a Wesley Snipes thing though. Like
It's
I
a
mean,
Blade thing.
Yeah.
Is
But
it?
too, I mean, it is some Wesley Snipes too, but like,
Well, also
He's just
art
got
inspires
great-
other art because Blade used to be a little bit different, and then when Wesley Snipes took it over, the comic adaptation saw that success, and
then
our Blade has
yeah.
started to morph more into that Blade.
yeah, and I actually really like, I just like his portrayal, man. I love it.
I do too. I think it's perfect. He was one of the guys who doesn't have to say a single word in the first 10 minutes of a movie, and you are still locked in.
Yeah, and it's funny because I forget how much he really doesn't talk.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like,
This shows you
I
how
just-
charismatic Wesley Snipes is.
I was like, yeah, too bad I can't pass taxes.
And
But
now we've got the we've got the multiverse. Do we see Wesley show up and meet Mahershala Ali?
and then kill him, and then now become the
Ooh,
one.
crazy.
I love it.
Crazy. I don't think it's going to happen, but crazy. Speaking of characters that have changed, here's one that I saw, and it's just another feather in the cap of Sony giving up their properties. Stop, Sony. So it reminds me of Stanley in The Office. Who put this boy on the phone? Get rid of whatever the is going on at Sony. It's come out that the new Kraven the Hunter movie, Kraven the, what's the third word? Kraven the
Hunter?
K, is now an animal lover who is all about protecting the environment and going after people that are hurting animals.
Oh, God.
Guys, what are you doing?
This fake ass Captain America.
What is
Not Captain
going
America.
on? He is a villain. He is meant to be a villain.
Captain Planet.
He's a bad guy.
Oh, man.
And he is bad guy.
He has killed everything that could be killed in the animal kingdom. That's his whole shtick. He shows up wearing a lion's mane around his shoulders.
What if there's somebody out there that would be offended? What if someone would be offended? Their feelings would be hurt.
Fuck their feelings.
I just don't get why you have to.
You know what? I don't know who works at Sony, but a lot of the motherfuckers need to be fired.
First of all, a Kraven the Hunter movie is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Unless Kraven is showing up to fight Spider-Man,
Yeah.
it's a bad idea. Because the whole spiel and appeal to Kraven is he's hunted everything. Now he wants to kill the Spider-Man. And he can't do it because Spider-Man is too good. So he becomes desperate and does more and more and more. He's also calculated. He challenges Spider-Man. He does almost get him several times using the same kind of traps that he does to hunt animals out in the wild. He's crazy.
I used to see him with like a stick in a box.
And now
I was like,
all of a
"Hey."
sudden he's going to be showing up with a PETA t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't he like wear skins?
Yes.
Did you already just say that?
Look at your body of work. How did Morbius work out for you, Sony?
Yeah. How did any of the Venoms work
How
out
did
for you?
Venom work out
I
for you?
forgave you for the first Venom, and I was like, it was cool to see Venom when he fought the SWAT team. That was your redeeming quality. Give me more of that. And then you give me Carnage the fucking musical, and I can't deal with this shit. You guys are doing a bad job.
Terrible.
Give it to Marvel. They are just handing you your ass every single time on properties that you don't think are gonna work. And then they go out there and they go, "Oh, you don't think this is gonna work?"
Do you have any idea how much money
my
you would make
beer.
if you would just like maybe cut the Pride shit out?
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like saying,
should
if
just
they,
sell
if
it.
they
Yeah.
said, you know what, let's work with Marvel exclusively.
Yes.
We want to
Quit
own the
with
rights
your pride
to these guys. Yeah.
and your uppity attitude, and work with Marvel on
Wow.
making actual good damn movies, Sony.
I just don't understand. I really don't. And they've got to be making money because people are so curious to see it. But even Morbius re-released and bombed again.
Yeah, that was
That's great.
the fact that they re-released in like a matter of like 90 to 120 days from the original release, and it still bombed even though it's a brand new movie is just a flat out
And
joke.
you get stars that just don't want to come back. They want nothing to do with it. I bet you if you talk to Jared Leto and the word Morbius came out of your mouth, he'd puke. Hey, what do you think about
or he'd all
Morbius
of a
2? And
sudden-
he'd be like, oh, yeah.
He'd all of a sudden get back into character.
I can't walk to this script.
Oh, geez.
I'll play Dr. Michael Morbius again if I can walk there in character from Canada.
Yeah, there's not too many great movies that Sony has, but
Wasn't there one more thing on your list?
oh my goodness,
There was.
What is it?
It's just something that I wanted to talk about as the credits rolled, but somebody is a screen peeker.
Ooh.
Is that
I didn't
Kevin
want you to
Feige
forget.
says, I certainly didn't.
I didn't want you to forget it. I'm trying to be helpful.
You are not.
He is so mean to me.
Kevin Feige is saying that the next big saga is going to be revealed very soon. I was going to give you the credits to discuss what you thought that might be.
Yeah,
Next
well,
big
you were
saga?
taking too long.
Go for it.
Next big saga? I have no idea. I have no
Thank
answer.
God you were here to read the screen and remind me. Ryan, what do you got?
Man, I don't know.
What in the F?
I here's the thing. Like, they're all over the place with things right now, so I don't know.
What do you think it is, babe?
I think it's Galactus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't say it like that.
I was going to say
I
something
thought you were
with
looking
the
for like some
Fantastic
sort of
Four.
right.
But I'm like, at the same time, I'm still wondering what the hell the Eternals has to do with anything.
That's where Galactus is going to come in.
And we're going to get Adam Warlock soon.
I saw a theory
Nova.
today, a conspiracy theory, that Galactus likes to go around and eat the planets that he knows have Celestials in them because it makes him more powerful. And that there are rogue Celestials out there, and he is trying to sort of correct that. I also saw that he might be coming into this incursion situation because when you do that, planets tend to collide, and he's going to come and eat one or the other. Ours.
Why can't he eat them both?
Or the bad one. See you next week, guys.